Here is a special announcement from Mujinga Province, brought to you by Chete FM. The best radio station in Mujinga Province is also the biggest radio station in Mujinga Province, having the widest coverage and broadcasting in Chinsali on 91.3 FM and in Nakonde on 89.9 FM. Chete FM reaches more people in Mujinga Province than any other private radio station. We have the best programming, the hardest working radio presenters, and the widest coverage. Radio is serious business to us. Advertise with Chete FM to reach more people in Mujinga Province. Call us on 0955 899 899. Chete FM. Radio for the people of Mujinga Province.
Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun.
That's Zed Podcast. Are you alone? This is going to be a very lit episode. You will not last 30 seconds. If you're able to get that joke, we are praying for you.
You need the
Look at how she's like, what's her name again?
Mukamba.
Look how she gets the joke.
She gets
We are praying for you.
Are you in a relationship, Mukamba?
Are you? Let's not go there.
Because if you know what that means.
We are praying for you. And I know a lot of innocent people are going to watch that part and think, what the hell is he talking about?
Yeah.
And then the corrupt crowd,
They already know.
Comment.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Are you alone? Welcome to that Zed Podcast. My name is K Plus with the other guy.
The other guy.
Can you please zoom into his t-shirt?
Zoom in. Look to this.
Zoom into that beautiful, gorgeous,
V-neck.
amazing V-neck
Hold on,
t-shirt.
let me get up.
I am not
Let me get
a
up.
white type of girl,
You know
but
what?
that white
Yeah.
and that label is definitely happening.
Right?
Yes, it is. No, for sure.
I would never want to use these words with Elson, but can you please open up? Open the jacket up, bruv. Yeah.
It looks
Only
amazing.
$250.
Only $250.
Mark Ford. Oh,
Yes.
shit, the mic is so far from me.
Seeing as if we open up Patreon, you're not going to make any contributions for the
What?
show.
No, wait.
Yeah.
Don't disrespect the people that have.
No.
We've had a
I'm talking
couple
about
from
the
Australia,
majority.
yeah.
We've had 3 or 4 people from Australia, 2 or
US.
3 from the US, a few people from South Africa as well.
those
And a
people
few
that are
from
making
here,
the
actually.
purchase.
1 or 2 from here. So
Yeah.
we're thinking maybe we
Mubanga
should
being one of
have
them.
maybe we should have a mobile money and Airtel money.
Yeah. You should.
We'll still call it Patreon.
Yeah.
And you can make your contributions there because we need to raise money to pay the crew. Last week you saw Martin Lamek. Just come be in the
Come a little
Come.
bit closer.
this is where's VJ? VJ, come to as well.
You are lucky.
So this is our
You are lucky that
Yeah.
Before the J is not a B.
VJ. But JJ. That's VJ on the right. This is Lamek. This is our camera crew. So every time you see that Zed Podcast go up, the video is done by these guys. This is the video crew. Last week we
done.
showed you Martin. That's the audio crew. Big shout out to the guys. And
Well done.
you're doing an awesome job.
Yes.
You've been watching that Zed Podcast a whole lot, right?
Yes, I have.
What's your favorite episode?
I would have to say the one you did with Muzukanji. And let me explain.
You know why we are shocked?
Why?
Let me explain.
Yeah.
It's the one that got me to go to the page, the YouTube page. Before I'd get like little snippets on Facebook, but I said, let me see how this was handled. And then I went to the comment section.
Yeah.
And obviously, he was being attacked. Oh, you shouldn't have done that. How was it coming out? And then I
He
said,
doesn't
do
have
people
feelings, he's not
understand why?
considerate.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like it was an attack. I said, all the time, you have to prepare. Like, what are you going for? This is not a normal interview. It's chill.
Yeah.
It's a podcast. It's
Podcast.
laid back. It's,
That's it, podcast.
don't take it too seriously.
If only people realize this. How's your week though been? I want to ask you that.
My week has been good so far. Amazing things have happened.
Well, what happened? Do you have to think about it? If it's that
No,
amazing?
not really.
What, you had an
thinking,
orgasm
should I
for the
share
first
this?
Should
Did
I
you have
share
an
this?
orgasm for the first time?
Oh no.
No, silly. Let's just say business is it's
looking
up.
good.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
good.
looking up.
That's
And you-
good. Can you believe?
You made a whole lot of money. We know.
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
No, not a whole lot.
You've had a good week though.
I have.
Yeah.
I
You sent me a
have.
very interesting screenshot. You know how Elson has money? He'll send you a screenshot of it.
Of
Just
the
like-
money that he's received.
Yeah. Of
Just
the
like-
transfer, the money transfer.
Just like you know how Kalenga, you know how if Kalenga's gone to Australia or not, he will tell you. No, listen, but you know the craziest thing is, on
Yeah.
3 occasions in as many weeks, you'll not believe this.
Yeah.
I have had. I'm starting to think this is a conspiracy. Like there's a WhatsApp group somewhere. Like let's fuck
Yeah.
up Elson's day. I've had people literally park me in. Where I leave my car, I go into the bank, and I come back.
Can you
and
tell them what car it
somebody-
is?
What?
Can you tell them
Tell
what
us
car it
what
is?
car it is.
Why does
It's a
that matter?
BMW. Yeah. So yeah.
But anyway,
So they park you in.
literally,
BMW,
I
yeah.
cannot get the fuck into the car. It's happened.
Oh crap! That type. Yeah.
Did I wait?
And do you feel like it's a
conspiracy?
conspiracy? Like people are following you, like maybe he's
3
going to
times in as many weeks?
No.
This
Same
can be-
spot, is it the same bank?
Yeah,
or is it the same?
I know, right?
No, it's not the same spot. Or there's. Look, wait, hold on. Look at this. This was yesterday.
And you can't open the driver's
no,
door.
you
yeah.
can't.
No,
And for
show him.
For him, it's a passenger's door, so it's all good.
Look at that.
No, it's like someone's out. Yeah, you need to kind
Yeah.
of. I'm a little. Yeah.
And you can't find this. Every time this happens, the person who's done that is not even nearby.
No,
Atubangena mchana bazacho.
Yeah.
I think
So what?
it's
You
like
had, to
that.
use, you had to get into your car through the boot or what?
no, the fucking passenger side.
Right. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
the
but
work-
apart from
the
that,
work,
it's been a pretty good week.
though. Okay.
Yeah.
Our guest today is a trendsetter. We'll find out why she calls herself the trendsetter.
Because she's one.
She is one, but of course she's going to explain to us how she got to trendsetting, how she got to being one of Zambia's most booked corporate MCs, a brand ambassador, and a serial noisemaker.
Too loud.
You can hear it
I'm
for
too
yourself.
loud.
Yeah. Actually, I wasn't going to include that in my intro,
Okay.
but I've been seeing a lot of people describing you as a noisemaker. And that's how I figured you're like
I
a
am.
serial.
I'm just way too loud, way
Yeah.
too opinionated. But obviously, we had to bring it to a little.
yeah.
I got in trouble so many times. Like when I got on social media, like when Facebook was Facebook,
Yeah.
and groups were coming up. I was in this marriage enrichment group. I found that was kind of cool. I thought that
What
maybe
the fuck is
women
that?
will be. Pardon me.
What the fuck is that? What's marriage enrichment?
Where ladies formed a group on social media, on Facebook, and
Right. Yeah.
married women. I didn't know how they were going to manage to.
Is
but it was
Kalinga
like-
in it?
No, he
Yeah, come to
can't.
think of it, I think
It's
I
just
should be in
women.
Oh, it's just women.
That's exactly
Married
why.
women.
That's why I asked if Kalinga's in it.
Oh, just married women.
Just married women. So I
Right.
went there, but I thought that it would be different opinions that were going to be approved. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But every time I would post something, I would find that, it'd be pending for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So I discovered, listen, in the comment section, I could add my little, input. Like somebody would say, okay, this is what's going on in my marriage,
Yeah.
blah, blah, blah. Then I would comment with a little dark humor, not really dark, but I would just me being me.
You would
I
try to do an
yes,
Elfin in
and
the
they would
group.
DM me
Yeah.
and politely say, no, you can't say that. That's not what
the
this
fuck
group
not?
is all about.
Can you give us an example of this dark humor that you put in the group? I'm
I
really
can't.
curious
It
now.
had- it had
'Cause
to do with body parts.
in Zambia, I don't know it's a good thing.
Yeah.
Most married women are Christian.
Yeah,
Yeah. And a lot of women in Zambia become Christian.
when they get married.
Exactly.
They find
So
Jesus.
I know what kind of what's her name again? Truth T? The
Is she
urban
in
evangelist.
The urban
is she in the group as well?
Because I left because they they kicked me out, so that made me. They kicked me. So we're not gonna do. I'm still there, but I think I kind of figured out what they were trying to communicate to me.
How
So
bad were you to be kicked out of a
I
women's
just
group?
thought it was one of those. Like I thought when women get together,
We
we're
can
all
have
gonna
fun.
tell the truth, have fun. A little light banter here
A
and
little
there. But
truth tea? Yeah.
it wasn't working like that. So I do comment once in a while. So I created my own page. I said this way I can say the truth because
Yeah.
just to bring a little reality to this whole.
But this is what I don't understand, because I have noticed when women, single women especially, when they've got a problem with their men,
Yeah.
they go and consult other women.
yes.
Would you rather they go to a man?
it would be that for me. That would be ideal.
I have a bit of a problem with that though.
What, the guy will try and fuck her?
Exactly. In many cases, it's women who tell us guys, especially when I was on radio, I'd get these opinions where women would talk about how vulnerable they are, especially when they're heartbroken. And she rushes to a man. You know what kind of situation that is. To a man, and a female shows up for advice.
Yeah.
You remember what Chris Rock said? There can't be a friendship between a woman and a man.
Yeah.
Because the guy is basically a D
in a glass case.
Exactly, in a glass case. Break
case
glass
of
in case of emergency.
Yeah. It's like having a chicken for a pet.
Exactly.
We're gonna eat it eventually. Oh my gosh, you guys.
Yeah. So
no, but I see that a lot. How women rush to other women and ask for advice. No, my husband is doing A, B, C, and D.
Yeah.
Listen, you're just gonna go around in circles because you're gonna be lying to each other. Nobody understands the man's mind like a man.
Correct. I agree. Totally.
So basically, then bring up your issues to your man, right?
Yes, bring them up to your man.
Is that a better?
Yeah.
Does that work better for you?
Yeah.
Great. We haven't even introduced our guest today.
No,
Tisa,
you haven't.
Mulima, Nkonga. Make some noise, Lamek. Hey.
The first guest
Merci beaucoup.
that Martin is actually clapped for. Have you noticed how he tries to act cool?
Martin doesn't clap.
No, he doesn't. He keeps his hands in his pockets.
And yesterday, funny thing about a few of the guests we've had on this show.
Yeah.
I was telling Elson about you yesterday, and Martin as well. Martin didn't know who you are,
which is fantastic.
and
He's clapping now.
I'm talking to him about you.
Yeah.
And my wife is in the background. His woman as well is in the background somewhere, and I also didn't quite know, He didn't know you at all.
Okay.
So his wife in the background is screaming, Tisa the Trendsetter. She's all excited. My wife is all excited here. And us men are there just wondering what the excitement is all about.
What's happening?
Yeah.
Did you have to search for me afterwards?
I did.
You did?
Yeah.
But the craziest thing again, speaking of not knowing guests.
Yeah.
So for whatever reason, people think that I'm lying. Every time that a guest, I did not know who Muzukanji was.
Yeah.
I did not know who
in his
Beatrice
defense,
was.
Elson lived in Belgium for the longest time, so, and Germany.
So do they
and
think
South
that
Africa,
you're just trying to...
I don't get it. But you, I knew though.
Yeah.
Like outside
we'd always
this. Yeah.
link up. Like,
Right.
Howdy.
Yeah. So
I was talking about how a few of the big names we've had on this on That's a Podcast have been, decisions that have been made in the bedroom. My wife making these suggestions. I know Elson's giving me the eye like, Elson's mind is in the stays in the gut.
I was trying to see where this is going.
Anyway, for Tisa, this is how I heard about Tisa for the first time. So my wife is putting oil in my hair, and there's a little bottle
It says
by the
hair.
sink. Yeah, so I'm thinking,
Is that foreplay?
no.
No. It's
F off. So she's putting on, because I had my own argan oil, which I put in my hair to grow it.
Yeah.
So this, a few weeks ago, she's putting this oil in my hair. And
so she's a client, your wife?
Yes, she's only gave me your number.
Are you kidding?
Yes.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, I love her already.
So her face is on it. I'm thinking, who's this? Is it a model? No, that's Tisa. You should have her on your show. I'm like, who's Tisa?
Tisa?
Yeah.
Let me give you a small plug.
Okay.
I would say 40% of our guests, the suggestions came from his wife.
Yeah.
The ones that have made the most noise,
The biggest
his
number
wife-
we've had,
his wife has suggested them.
Serious?
Yeah.
She's
Is she
our...
big on social media, or is she one of those
No,
that
that's
kind
the
of...
thing is she's never on
She's
social
never
media.
on social media. She just knows who's trending. She says, call Tisa the Trendsetter.
Oh, the fact that
call
she's my
Mizukanji,
client, because then we have...
Call... Who else is this just for us?
Beatrice?
Yeah. Call Beatrice. Let's call all these people for us. But anyway, your socials are quite
So let's
interesting.
figure out what Kalenga's wife saw in you, because she clearly
Yeah.
thinks you're interesting.
Yeah, we're about to figure that out.
Yes, you should. I don't even know where to start. Like, where can I begin?
No, let me help you. Let
Okay,
me help
guide
you
me.
because I was going through your socials.
Before we leave your family,
Yeah.
I know he hates talking about this.
Does he?
There's one other person in your family we need to talk about. Can we embarrass him a little?
Let's.
So he's spoken about his wife.
Okay.
So he's got these two amazing, adorable
daughters.
daughters.
Yeah.
Right? The little one the littlest one.
Yes.
She describes me in a certain way.
Are you saying?
Yes, me in particular.
It's like Uncle Elson.
No.
Well, she doesn't
Ask
even
him.
do that.
No,
Very derogatory for me.
please ask him.
What
So
does she...
the other day,
And mention
2
her
weeks ago,
age too, to give context.
she's 3. My daughter's 3.
Okay.
So she finds me watching that Zed podcast because I think it was the premiere of the Muzukanji episode or something.
Yes,
so
yes.
I'm watching that and she comes right next to me and Elson just happens to be on the screen at that particular point. So she comes and says, "Oh, Daddy, your boss." I'm like, wait, what?
Did you say?
Daddy, your
That
boss.
must have
And
been
I said-
offensive.
I quickly grabbed my phone and turned the voice note thing. What's
Like,
up?
we need to record this.
Yeah.
moment.
So I was like, baby, what did you say? Daddy, your boss. Who told you something?
It gets interesting. And there's a time that I went to his house when he wasn't there, right? I forgot what I was picking up from your house. So I pick up the shit, then I go. As soon as he gets back home,
Daddy, your boss was here.
I would die. So what did you do to the 3-year-old?
I've tried explaining to her, like, look, he's a
Were you
he's a business-
heartbroken though? Did you feel like...
No, I'm trying to understand where that came from. You know what I mean? Like, what
You
told
know
her?
how Elson is. You know, he looks all...
No,
Whatever. You
he's
were
not
a bit
scary or
more-
intimidating in any way with his mohawk. No. I
You
don't
guys
mind
need to
daughter saying him.
fight. Oh, she's adorable.
no, she recognizes a boss when she sees one.
Yeah, I guess so. But we're both bosses anyway, so yeah.
No, you are.
Yeah.
Obviously.
So anywho, you've mentioned on the socials, let's start with your childhood, eh?
Yeah.
You've mentioned how, you never had hardships growing up and how...
She never had?
Yeah, never had hardships when growing up.
Soft life.
And she went to good schools and all that. Can you tell us about your upbringing? Because you're such a bubbly person.
I am.
When we met for the first time in Livingston last month, I asked you, which schools did you go to?
Did you
Because
go
your
to-
English
yes,
was so
and
clear.
I told you how I switch it.
Yeah.
I said I have a, like...
Yeah, tell us about your upbringing though.
My upbringing, my mom was a single mom. She had 8 daughters. No son. No husband. So no male figure.
Your mother had 8 children.
8 children.
Same
all girls.
same men?
No. The first 5 were with my late stepdad. Then me and my young sister, same dad. Then my youngest, my stepdad, who she eventually got married to. So it was...
Whoa.
Careful.
Watch that. Whoa, my nigga.
you know,
What did I do to you?
Where does this guy come from? And who allowed him in?
This nigga's blitzing
Oh, you
me.
did. We needed an extra. And my feet...
Is also still showing in the...
No, he needs to scooch up a little. Needs to move a little closer.
All right, yeah. So your mom?
So 8 daughters. I was the 6th and quite the notorious one, to be honest. Like I had quite a dramatic life. My mom was just a secretary then, so it was a busy home, a lot of women, but I had older sisters. But I just used to get in trouble all the time. My mom said I was very good in school. My immediate older sister was like genius. She was like straight A's and whatever. So every time I'd have to do anything academic, I had to kind of, because she does it, I need to do it type of child. Then I remember one incident, which was, I still remember now and I talk about it, is when they told me to clean the room. So I went under the bed, I lit a candle.
What the fuck?
And because I couldn't see, it was a little dark. And then suddenly, and mattress, how it kind of heats up, it doesn't flame. It just kind of eats up slowly.
Oh, yeah.
Then somebody called me Tisa downstairs because we're Pama Flats. We're at Sovere. Then I just kind of, Kanshi, the mattress had already got it.
started
And I went
smoldering
to
inside,
play,
yeah.
and then suddenly there was like dark smoke coming out from our
Your
bedroom
room,
window.
yeah.
My mom beat me up so
Is it
much. I was
you-
one of those, yes, my
So-
mom
so
would
look.
give me.
This is what I don't get.
Okay.
All right. You are this so-called A student
Yes.
who is supposedly smart,
Yes.
and you'd light a candle under your bed.
Yes. Yes.
Pick a
The
side.
contrast.
It's like a,
Why are you not like, I was a child. I was just
like a-
so.
it's like a cockroach. I'm not comparing you to a cockroach,
No, definitely not.
but you know how a cockroach is like the only thing that can survive
A nuclear war.
a nuclear war.
Yeah.
But if you put it on its back,
It's
can't
gone.
move.
it's fucked.
Not gonna be-
Like, listen.
Think I can survive all this?
I was just naughty. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
just got away with so many things, but I would be beaten for those. The little things. My mom would like literally just hit me. You know what I mean?
So do you beat your kids?
No, I don't. Which is now a problem because my husband is more of the spanking type.
Disciplinary.
I am the spanking type.
Yes, because I just feel
You
like,
are?
I don't want my
spank
kids
him.
to go through what they went through, whatever. Then all that happened, I got into grade 7, Malaya Primary School.
Yeah.
So I was there, I wrote my grade 7s, blah, blah, blah. Mom came to get results. We couldn't find them. You know, Kudala, they would stick your names on a notice board.
Yeah.
My name wasn't there. My mom didn't even bother to go to the headmistress and say, listen, I can't see my daughter. Now, Feruk, there's no way, what?
Your results were so bad, you're not even on the list.
Yes. Nakunani. So she wasn't that kind of a mom that would say, Narayang fight Zed or what. No,
Yeah.
she just said, you're repeating. I'm not going to find the school should find
Wait,
you.
which grade is this?
This is grade 7.
Oh, you repeated grade.
I repeated grade 7.
Wow.
So I went to Lusaka Girls. Lusaka Girls, a year, I don't know what I did. I think I put gum on someone's chair. I was like out of class for 2 weeks. My mom found out. She was devastated.
You know the soundtrack for this right now? Problem child.
I was. Then she gets a call to get into diplomatic service.
Ooh.
And, we're now being told, about etiquette, what's going to happen when we go. Me, fast, I'd gone to Kablonga Girls then, where again, it's long story. I got a lot of punishments. I dug holes. I did so many things. So I was just naughty. Then my mom announces that we're going into diplomatic service. I announced that. But the way it works is when they tell you that you're going, you don't go then and there because they need to recall whoever it is that's in that country to come back. Now my friends at school are waiting.
For you to leave the country.
I didn't want to go to school. Like I just would.
We're leaving the country.
We're leaving the country.
I'm wasting my time.
2 weeks. I wasn't going to class.
Yeah.
I would dodge, go and swim. My sister would try and, punish me by cutting my hair. I think that's where the hair resto comes from. She cut my hair, pala cheso.
Yeah.
I went to school, lied that my dad died. Remember back in the days when there's a funeral, they cut everyone's hair? So I lied about that so that it would explain why I don't have. Anyways, fast forward, we get to Botswana and we get to Westwood International School.
Yeah.
Which was one of the best schools in Gaborone. And
yeah, like Churchill, where else I went, yeah.
It was an amazing school, but I wasn't looking chinondo. You know what I mean? I had acne.
Yeah.
I wasn't feeling so good. The darkest girl was from Somalia. Her name was Sahala Hersey, and she was like the prettiest girl in class. And I went in with my short hair and I had nothing to offer. My accent wasn't really on point. I just felt like I was going to be
like it is today.
swallowed.
Yeah.
But then as the terms went by, my skirt got shorter. I wanted to fit in. Then my music teacher...
Botswana girls are all in short skirts and thighs all over the place.
Yes, I wanted to look posh and what. My music teacher discovered I could sing. So music festival, lights are on. I think the song was Aladdin. I can show you
the world.
With another guy, his name was Andrew. And we sang, and from that moment, I knew that center stage was my thing.
That's what you wanted to do.
This is what I wanted to do. That basically sums up my childhood. Yeah.
And then from high school, you did college?
From high school, I got back. I wanted to go to UNAM to study journalism, but I couldn't. So I went to the University of Zambia. That's where I wanted to do mass communication. They called it here.
But you didn't finish though.
No, I didn't. I didn't finish not just once, 3 times.
You dropped out 3 times?
3 times.
Listen, and you make me look bad.
Wait, did you finish?
She dropped out 3 times.
3 times.
University. He has put his phones down.
So disappointed.
So I'm the odd one out in a lot of things on this table. Yeah.
Did you also? Did you drop out?
I dropped out once and I've never gone back to college.
No,
but you dropped out 3 times.
3 times because my mom would push me. Then my friends were like, "But in one zero, problem is focus basal." You know what I mean? Because I got carried away. You know how university is. I went there looking like Spice Girls, and then I came from a whole different culture, and I came here that it was just a lot.
Because Botswana is what,
chaos.
short skirts.
It's short skirts. It's
your
hot.
bum is all over the place.
Yes, and it's
all
not
the time,
a problem.
Yeah.
When I came, he had like blue hair. People were like, in Botswana. I couldn't even get bursaries. I couldn't get sponsorship.
Because of the hair?
Not the hair, but because they were looking at my results. Grade 9, Botswana. Grade 12, Botswana. They're like, wait a minute. Is she even Zambian? Like, can we even give her? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So...
Botswana has hot chicks, though.
Yes, it does.
What a way to digress from enrolling
From
in university.
So 3 times I
Focus,
dropped
fam.
out,
I am focused.
and then I just gave up. I gave up.
on
gave
college.
up. I gave up on trying to get a degree. Then my mom retired. Then she opened she was planning to open a school. It's actually just down the road, like a double, like all her retirement money.
Yeah.
No, this is the school. Then my sister suggested, you know what? Maybe let's get her to do a diploma in maybe early childhood. You know, these teachers, it's always like the last thing you can do in life. You know what I mean? Like if you can't be a nurse, then
The
you
last
have
resort,
to be a teacher.
the low-hanging fruit, early childhood training.
Teaching.
And-
Baka mstako haya
and
somewhere.
DJing.
Or secretarial.
And DJ.
And DJ. Are you serious? Then
No talent needed.
Do you know how much talent it requires for you to become
for
the
you
most
to become
booked
it,
DJ
because
in the
I
country?
say DJs are the most versatile, and
I think so.
yes,
It
they can
requires.
do
It takes
everything.
a lot of talent to be a
Yeah,
hot
it does.
DJ, Nelson. To become one of the highest paid, it takes a lot of talent. And DJs are making way more money than doctors, by the
Well,
way.
now they are.
Now they are.
What doctors want, like Dre?
Not Dr. Dre. Speaking of music, we are at 17.
17.
As my people from the village would pronounce it, 17.
17. Mo 17 to the past 17.
Yeah, well, 17 restaurant. We're
This
seated
place
on
Bin bags.
amazing bean bags.
They're
They look
so comfortable.
They look so uncomfortable
but they
at
feel
first glance.
great.
Then when you sit on them,
Yeah.
it's something else. Yeah. So we are here at 17 in Avondale. Tisa's neighborhood. She was actually warning us not to touch her
Because her goons.
or piss her off a little bit because her
For
goons
you and your family.
are here in
I
Avondale.
like
Yeah.
the look and feel of this spot.
So do I.
Tisa, you've also stated, seeing as your mom is the only parent that you grew up with.
Yeah.
You've mentioned a couple of times on your socials that you always felt that your mom would always be there to provide.
Correct.
Yeah, and then
There's a lot that we didn't touch on. When
It
comes
didn't
to
work
17,
out
though.
that way. We didn't touch on what?
On 17.
Yeah.
Does it open every day?
It's open every day because I just live right there.
Oh, this restaurant? Yeah, it's open every day.
They have
Yes,
amazing
good drinks,
food.
good food. We'll actually be having some of the food later on,
Yeah.
and we'll show you how great 17
And
is.
it's
You
got
can
a
see how good it
vibe,
looks. Yeah,
and the
good
colors
vibe.
are nice.
Yeah.
You know, as we like taking selfies and photos.
And what I also like about it is you're not gonna get every kind of person.
Here.
Walking
Here.
into
Yeah.
here, no, you won't.
No.
And then there's a whole chainda there, and there's a whole type of.
Yeah,
when
it's
you come here, even
right in
on
the
the
middle of
busiest
Avondale, yeah.
holidays, like the 4 day that we
Yeah.
had, you walk in and it's classy. You know what I mean?
Is
It's
that
easy.
part all the way
does it?
back there in that meeting
Well,
with the mohawk?
I think so.
The same mohawk you're making
Yes,
fun
it
of me
is.
for.
yes, because I said it's a twinning.
Yeah,
thing.
and we'll call him at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll call him. So, you know,
And guess what? Me and Panji also have in common.
a
Similar
BMW. Yeah.
Oh, he died.
Yeah. I see why you had to make me pause.
Right.
You had to bring up the cars.
Yeah.
Ha ha ha. Anywho, so I was asking about how you always felt that your mom would always be around, always providing for you. And then it didn't quite work out that
No,
way.
it didn't.
And what lessons did you learn, with coming into life and the hardships you started facing because your mom just couldn't be there anymore?
And I mean, she was in the beginning because
Yeah.
really I had been not. Yes, I was. I think I was the favored child. Like I got away with so many things. But then when I decided to settle down and
Yeah.
get married, she wasn't too keen.
On you
She was-
getting married?
Yes, she wasn't because she was so worried. It's like,
Because of how much trouble you brought.
yes, like, oh my
So
gosh.
she was worried about
Makakusha.
that poor man.
Yes, it's like wakakusha, Tisa, wakakusha. So she made sure that she did everything that had to be done in preparation for me to get married. But she was so worried that how are they going to manage then? I wasn't working. And then I just found another guy who was equally a black sheep of his family.
Your husband?
Your
Yes.
husband.
So I said, how is so? My mother was like, oh my gosh, how is this gonna work out? But she knew that I was big on love. Like I'm a very romantic person. I wanted
Yeah.
a guy who's gonna see me, you know, that whole thing. So she was a little worried for the both of us. And then because I tried to speed up my marriage, I got knocked up for another day. Yeah, like I said.
This would be a perfect episode to have a condom company as a sponsor.
Just flashing it around. I sat him down and said, dude, and he was young.
Yeah.
He wasn't ready to get married. I wasn't ready to get married, but I figured.
So does your mom open the school after you marry, or
She opens the school after I get married. No, before I get married, the school is there.
Oh, it's there.
Then I'm dating.
Okay, let's go back to that. Yeah.
Open.
So
yeah.
Your mom opens the school. Is that a passion for education, or it's because she took you for that early childhood course?
She says you went to one of the best schools in the continent.
In Botswana.
So in Botswana.
Yeah.
So she says you have that background, and she really trusted that I would become this big person. You know what I mean? Like I would do so well. I should like keep receipts of the school fees and what. And then she got recalled back. So she had to use her own money because that was more of an allowance for the kids to pay for my bills. And I excelled. I did great. I think I got a distinction in English language, literature, biology. Then the rest is just the rest. But she said because quite a background, school, she could make a great teacher. Not knowing that they were actually planting a seed, because I had been wanting so much attention. Like I wanted to be seen, and I can tell you now, if you've got kids, children will see you for who you are, like what you are and what you represent. And I became a teacher, kindergarten teacher for 9 years.
Wow.
I know. Then I moved.
So you were teaching. You were teaching kids something that you gave up on.
Yes.
Education.
Yes. And they saw me as this. They saw me for what I wanted to be seen as. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That this big person is Teacher Tisa. Even now, like legit, I'm walking into ShopRite. Somebody will say, Teacher Tisa, hi. It has been my name for the longest time.
Serious, eh?
So you see parents and they're bringing their teens or their daughters are now civil engineers somewhere. It's like pulling out photos. You're now a trendsetter, my daughter. Your school was so good because I put in, because I felt like that was the end for me. You know what I mean? Like I disappointed my family. My sisters had degrees and I felt like I had the point to prove, like to show mom, okay, I was not perfect, but this is what I can do for you. And so I put in my everything where that school was concerned. But then mom had cervical cancer. And this was like my go-to person. Like everyone else was saying, Tisa needs her mom, Tisa needs her mom. I think I was just 2 years into marriage then. I had my daughter, I had my son, and marriage was a little hectic in the beginning.
I hope this story is not going where I think it's going.
Where do you think it's going?
No, keep going.
So
he'll let you know.
So my mom, we nursed her for like 6 months. Then she obviously lost her battle to cancer.
That's exactly where I thought it was going.
Yes.
Man, I hate that.
It was devastating.
I hate it.
What of all the things that you experienced in life today, what reminds you the most of her?
I think my drive. Like every time.
Not just sex drive, right?
Pardon, not sex drive.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Just to be clear.
Elsa just had to put it there. Why do I have to be careful with the words? Elsa is going to try.
I know, right?
Like every time I succeed, like, how I always wanted to be on TV, how I always wanted to do this, like had she lived longer to just see everything.
Yeah.
Like all my sisters were excelling. They were doing this. Like they were doing well. And she was a little worried for me, like, you know what I mean? Like, how is she going to manage without me?
How big was the school? Like, how many pupils did you have?
We had about 120 max.
I asked that because the school shut down because of financial issues.
Yes, it did.
How did you take?
We tried to avoid getting loans.
Yeah.
But then we were struggling with paying salaries and doing what. And ideally, what you'd think, so they're going to
I was actually heading to that. Is it because your mom died? And
so, because my husband was working with us at the school, when my mom died, she literally said, you guys are going to run it. And we ran it. But my sisters were doing well. The education system and the schools as a private entity are so difficult for you to make money. Then I was looking at my sisters. Half the time I was like, can you guys help me out? Then I said, let me let go and try and do something else so that I can make a little extra money, because this school is not working for me. So that's how
Was it working out well when your mom was running it?
It was working out well when she was there, because obviously she probably had a cookie jar where she was getting monies and supporting it financially. But then when we saw that we're getting into a fix. We said, you know what, let's not. But obviously people were coming. No, we can give you loans. We can do what? Your account looks good. But we said, let's just kind of stay away from it. Because for my other sisters, it also kind of reminded them of her presence because she was always there. And I was the child that worked with my mom for like 4 years straight. Like I would resign one morning, the next morning I would come in with my tantrums and you know what I mean? But I was the one that was with her close to when she passed on. So it's every time I feel like I'm winning, it could be from small little things like from the birth of my sons or you know what I mean? Being on TV, just doing me without, I feel like her presence is there. I feel like she would have been happy and proud that I turned out this way.
So after the school shuts down, what happens to your life now? Do you get into employment? What happens now?
From then onwards, I went to work for 8 Reedback Hotel. I became the marketing manager. So I went into hospitality immediately.
Right.
Then from there, I worked for a bit. They had to close down the place. I kind of felt like it was bad luck for me, you know, like what have I done? Like, you know, where am I going? Then I conceived my youngest who wasn't supposed to be in the picture. So I went into a huge depression.
Yeah.
Then when
Once
he
again,
came...
condoms. Carrots.
I'm married.
She's married at this point.
I'm married, Elson, at this point.
Elson, marriage is that institution where you
don't
never see
use
these things.
protection.
Yeah.
You don't see what things?
Protection.
No, but they're there though.
Yeah, special cases.
Yeah.
You rarely, if ever, see a condom in marriage.
What special cases would you see
Would
a condom
you say
in
a
marriage?
condom would be...
Cases where maybe
Prevent pregnancy?
your woman reacts maybe to a contraceptive. In that case, the doctor would tell you know what? As we try to figure this out, use condoms.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
So it's never a case where the dude brings an STI home.
Yeah, you see what I mean?
No, usually. Well,
Have you guys seen that you're married? Has that ever happened in your marriages?
you have an
Where the
STI.
other one person brought an STI?
no, but let me tell you the truth. Every time, because
Yeah.
you know how you get the HIV test. Well,
Yeah.
it's now, you have to take it when you're pregnant.
Uh-huh.
Every single time, I would get so worried, like I would be
You'd
sweating.
get nervous.
Yes, I'll be thinking, oh my gosh.
What if?
Because I've seen what it's done with just family members. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? You're
right.
like, oh my gosh, I should. That fear is always there.
Elson has a follow-up question.
Okay.
Just based on what you said.
No, I don't. No,
I can feel it.
No, you can ask it for
I can
me.
ask it?
Yeah.
Why would you have that fear though?
Why would I have that fear?
Yeah.
Because it's listen.
Look at the joy in his face
Look
right
at him. The joy. I've never seen him smile. Do I even need to answer this?
I have spoken his mind for him, so yeah.
My mother always used to say,
Leave your mom out of
"Don't
this.
trust." No, but let me. This is how I grew up. You can't trust a man who is not your father. You can't. You just have to be careful. So every time, I mean, there were instances. I'm sure I started the whole trendsetter by talking about rings and how I broke them and how we nearly got divorced. So I've never hidden the fact that my marriage has had issues. It's what made me go viral. But it did have issues. And obviously we did have a few hiccups in the marriage that I just said, we're not going to die now.
Do you people not get bored by having sex with the same person over and
You have to spice things up.
Forever is a very long
Yes,
freaking
it is.
time.
You have to really spice
And
things
yes,
up.
it does.
Imagination.
It doesn't matter how much you spice up beef. You know it is beef.
This
So
is
you
why
place
Elson
it
will
together?
never get married.
Put paprika. Put
Elson, I need to ask this. I think while we're at it,
Yes.
what kind of a woman would make you settle down?
Make you settle down.
She has to be like...
She has to be like my mom.
Yeah, but she's one woman.
Yes.
And that's a problem.
And this is why I'm now in my mid-30s. I never...
we are going towards our late 30s, by the way.
Actually, no.
Yeah.
You are.
We are. Dude, I've seen your papers before, so...
I don't know what you mean we. You, nigga, you are.
Not me.
Leave me the fuck
Yeah.
out of this.
But what
I
kind
don't
of
know.
a woman, though?
I'm very picky, right?
Yeah.
Somebody spontaneous. Somebody... And you know the craziest thing
Ladies,
is...
pay attention to this segment right here.
And you know
You'll
the
never
craziest
get this
the
anywhere.
craziest thing is I was meant to have been married. There's one person that I should have.
Why does this sound very foreign coming from you?
No, I promise you.
What?
Were you in love, though?
I was.
Are you in love?
Are you kidding me?
Twice in my life.
Mama, she done me.
Yeah, so but sadly then
Yeah.
I didn't recognize it because I was still a child.
Well, nothing much has changed, so...
You know what?
Yeah.
What you mean being a child?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But yeah, but now looking back at it, I realized
What
like
would you
this is
do
the person I was
different?
supposed to have
Yeah.
married. Say again.
What would you do different? If you knew now what you be.
Oh yeah,
What would you do
I'll be married and miserable by now.
Why? Because you have to
serious?
have
Why
sex
do
with
you
one
think
person the
marriage-
rest of your life?
So you wouldn't want to settle down because you're not ready to be with one
No,
woman.
so here's the thing: is I don't have anything against marriage, right?
Yeah.
The older you get, the more you realize that you want a person that, you know, the craziest thing.
Yeah.
I keep getting so many thoughts. The
Yeah.
craziest thing is I was saying this to somebody that I am now in this point in my life where I'm tired of answering the same questions. So what do you do?
Yeah.
What's your idea of fun? Like every single person will ask you the same questions.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know what I would look for in a woman, but I feel like if I meet them, I would know.
Tisa, what did you look for in a man when you decided to settle?
I have a lot of daddy issues that I don't talk about.
You must be a freak then.
No, not a freak like that.
Because you know girls with daddy issues are the easiest to smash.
Do you think
Serious?
so?
Yeah, absolutely.
No, there were not that kind of daddy issues. Like I didn't need that kind of validation, physical validation.
Let
anyways.
explain what she means.
The absence of my father physically
Yeah.
really got to me for the longest time. Like he is still around,
Yeah.
you know, and we do have a great relationship. I respect him, you know. But just him being, there was so many times I'd have to lie that this is what my dad got me when I was younger and this is what. So growing up, I just kind of felt he should have been there.
Yeah.
But then since he hasn't, let me find a man that's going to protect me. So I was looking for a macho type of guy. You know what I mean? Like physically fit, you know, you protect me, I'll feel
Yeah.
small. Now I'm tall. I'm not a short, you know, these petite
Yeah.
women. So
Yeah.
I don't
you
like
can
where
get
this
away with
conversation is going. It's very triggering.
Can she finish explaining?
She was talking about short. This is triggering.
That's what I'm saying.
This is
You need to
triggering.
give me, I need to have like a little flashcard with
He's
trigger
got
words.
height
that-
insecurities, so yeah.
He does.
He does, yeah. So
I
please,
felt
please don't talk about height. You might start crying.
No,
yeah.
but then for me it was because I felt like I need to find a guy who's big and then I found him and he wasn't big, he wasn't tall, he was just this guy, looked like a boy.
That's your current husband.
That's my current husband.
He's
So I
Elson's height.
kind of no,
He's taller than you.
he's taller than us.
He's taller than Nelson at least.
Yeah, but he's still an asshole from what she's saying. So height doesn't matter.
He's an asshole. Don't say that. You psycho.
Oh, he's
So
a psycho?
anyways, well, no, you are a psychopath.
Oh.
Stop.
Anywho, yeah.
I need a drink.
Can you
I
please
need
give her
my
a drink
drink,
before he also
please.
drives her nuts?
Yes.
Yeah.
So then he wasn't the guy. So I was convinced beyond reasonable doubt that this wasn't the guy that I was going to settle with. And the guy that was before him
Yeah.
was the perfect guy. So I would talk to my husband now.
Yeah.
I would tell him, I said, this guy, like this is the kind of guy that I want. So I would offload all my insecurities,
Yeah.
like we'll talk about it, and he was there listening and waiting.
You're giving him all the leakage he needed.
Or that, yes, what he said, that when women are having problems, go to a man.
You see-
I
you
went
saw what
to my
happened?
husband.
You end up married.
And he stole me.
He
Leakage.
stole it from your dream
Yes.
The leakage means something totally different, by the way.
Oh my gosh.
man. You don't want to talk about condoms today, don't you?
He really do. We should have a little section.
I
Is
know,
there
right?
something you want to tell? Just let it out. What happened?
Ah.
When did it happen?
That's why I love podcasts, because the topic can just go deeper,
shift.
papa. You know what I mean?
And I'm so happy.
Yeah.
I love her. She understands the concept of a podcast.
Yeah.
Some of the comments, oh, I like that car. Some of the comments and some of the people, I don't know if they expect us to be like Zed and BC.
Yes.
I don't know if they expect us to be.
That's the nice, comfortable questions.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The cuddly.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Yeah.
Yes.
So, did you go to see Papa for counseling when you were having marital
Marital
issues? Nah, it's not that kind of show.
Okay, we've digressed a whole lot.
Yeah,
talked
we have.
about how you closed down the school.
Yes.
Have that one as well. How you closed down the school, you now are married, and you go to what? Reedbuck Lodge. It
Yes.
closes down. You get to the next job now.
The next job.
The next
was
job,
a
yeah.
Big thing.
Oh,
Because
okay.
I was filling in for somebody who was on maternity leave, and they're the franchise owners of Nando's
My
and
man.
Panarotis and Wawada, and they needed a PA. So I walk into the company, obviously I nail the interviews, but then somebody called me before I went for the interviews. Can you imagine? He says, no, we saw that video you did on Facebook, because I had started Trendsetter.
Tisa The Trendsetter?
Yes, I started that page, but I was putting out material that wasn't, people, the Zambian, the Christians ones, they were not too comfortable with. So somebody called me and said, you might want to close down the page because HR can pick it up, blah, 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 blah. But interview level, I'm sitting and I'm like, okay, this is definitely the boss. This is the owner of the company, etc., etc. So they like, tell us about yourself. I said, you know what? Let me start from trend setting. Like, this is who I am. This is what I do. It's not going to interfere with my work, but this is what I'm able to offer. This is my background, etc., etc. So that worked. I got the job as a PA.
Yeah.
For the boss. I think he loved me from the beginning because I'm a sharp chick.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm very clever.
Yeah.
And then when you don't have that degree, your level of clever is different because you constantly have to prove yourself and do a little
street
extra.
smarts come into play
exactly.
more than anything else. Yeah.
So then when the position, the lady that had gone on maternity leave was coming back, they were like, okay, so where are we going to place Tisa? And then somebody suggested, we need to take her into the marketing department. I said, no, you're not going to do that. Because then I was so frightened. Like, what am I going to do? I've never done marketing before. I says, no, but you look at what your brand is doing on social media.
Yeah.
So let's just bring that there and place you. And they did. Again, they were planting me. And I started to excel. I started to understand what it means with numbers and sales and everything that happens with these businesses because I literally opened the first 7 stores of Panarotis in the country.
Wow.
And then people then were just, the palettes were debonaires. They
met you.
Yes.
When you were working for that company?
Yes.
Yeah.
A Fortune Foods.
You've met before.
Yes, we have.
We said that at the beginning of the show.
You didn't listen.
Clearly, whatever you're drinking has you distracted.
He's now added on to extra.
What are you drinking, Kalenga?
It's okay. Let's do a little cheers to it. Don't be too.
As you were saying?
Yes. So then it started
Before Elson
working
rudely
out for
interrupted
me, and my salary was great, and everything was working.
Yeah.
But then the weekends of me being a trendsetter and emceeing and all that wasn't working. So then COVID hit. Then as an MC, the gigs just don't happen.
No.
Everyone else is in lockdown.
Yeah.
And then I was thinking, and then I started to realize, wait a minute, how does Millie Beauty make her money? Because she's not.
That was your inspiration.
Yes.
It was really beauty. The woman who wanted to charge us.
The one wanted us to pay her to come on this show.
Did she really want you to?
Isn't she the one? No.
Did she?
Aunt Millie's
That's really beauty, right?
Yeah, she wanted us to pay her
wanted
to come on this
10,000. Imagine that shit.
And then I'm here for free, for you guys.
There's a reason why she did. There's a reason why she didn't come here.
You'll be here.
But
guy.
what time did you get? The camera is already set. It's already.
Anyway.
So I said, how does she make her money? She's got a product. So I sit down because obviously the babies, my hair wasn't as long anymore. After you pop so many babies, your hormones just kind of mess around with you. My hair was falling off. So I had created a remedy that we're using, me and my sisters.
Yeah.
The hair was doing well. I said, okay, perfect. COVID times, all the weaves have come out, no lashes, people are staying home. Let me try and see if I could market just 10 bottles. Because my hair has grown. Then I cut down my daughter's hair because she had to go into Catholic school. So we had to cut off the perm and have it natural. She was devastated, mommy, I look like a boy. So her hair was growing. I said I could be onto something. I really didn't think that, I didn't even have a sticker. I just advertised it. All the 10 went. The next 20 went. By the time we're getting to 3 months of me producing my own hair restoration, I walked up to my boss and said, what you give me at the month end, I can get in a week. Boss, you need to let me go. He says, you can't go. I said, boss, really, I need to do this on my own. And that's how I literally just stopped work and went into Tisa's hair resto at a time where there were no events, so I wasn't making money from MC.
Wait, back it up. How did you even come up with this formula? Did you I do a lot of
studied
research.
any.
No, I haven't. No, but
chemical engineering.
No, I haven't. But I told you, me, I'm a sharp girl. I love money.
So how do you end up making something that restores hair? Martin is going bald, by the way.
Yes, I've seen Martin. You're getting a free bottle.
Woo!
On for my chon.
Hair back. Can Elson and I rub some on our faces?
I think maybe Elson.
For beards.
I can see what I can work with Elson.
We want to be like Lamek.
Wait. Let her. You said you can see what you can work with me.
I can see where it can work with you because you do have follicles that are visible and things are happening.
And me?
No, that's
You ain't got
So there's no hope.
There is no
I don't think
hope.
so. I think
you are an emoji. An emoji is what the fuck you are.
That's why I sip my alcohol. Boom, 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 boom.
How do you guys even chill together? Do you really like each other?
The craziest part is you should have seen the defeat in Kalenga's face when he realized that you came up with the formula for hair growth, because here he is sitting thinking, oh, okay, so we are 2 college dropouts.
She can also.
But really, one is smarter than the other.
Are you saying I'm disappointed? No. To each his own.
look disappointed.
To each his own. She's doing business. I'm doing business.
Shit, bro.
I own radio stations. I'm good.
Listen,
I'm
let
good.
me just say this. If I gave you the hair restoration,
and
you like a fool the way he's looking, like you had a whole Rick Ross thing going, then I'm making money. So I would want
to
use
discover something that everybody's looking for.
Yes, wait a minute, look at Kalenga. It's before and after now. So we'll work on it. I'll give you a bottle, don't worry.
Which I can rub on my face.
Which you can rub without looking crazy. You don't look oily.
So you leave the Panarotty job eventually. But you on Facebook you say you've lost 2 jobs.
No,
you're talking about I think it's a pinned post on your page.
Yeah.
And you're talking about the hardships you've been through, children, mom dying, schools closing down. You've lost 2 jobs. You say
it was I lost the Reedback job hotel because they sold off the business.
Right.
So I lost that one. Then I left this one, and then I was just in still waters, not very sure where I'm going with what I'm about to do.
Yeah. So you leave Panarottis and your bread and butter becomes the hair restoration formula and the MCing.
Yes.
But then there's COVID, so the MCing is not happening at this point.
The MCing is not happening anymore.
Before you get back to the hair resto, the MCing, how did you discover that talent in you, and how was your first event? Did you suck? Was it pathetic?
No, because I've always been the life of the party.
But
I just never had an audience. It came naturally for me to just be and do what I needed to do. So a young sister of mine, Mainza, the urban evangelist, is my young sister's best friend. We've known
for 28 years.
28 years. She was 13. So for the longest time, everyone would be like, no, but you need to try this, you need to try that. Then she said, listen, I'm having a baby shower, you need to MC it. I said, wait a minute, I don't think I can do that. I just gave birth to my son. I hadn't even opened the Tisa The Trendsetter page. So I went, I MC'd the event. It felt like a party I've always been to, but with this time around, I had a mic with me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was huge. I said, you know what, let me open the page. That's what she said. It was.
Thanks for the ring.
Then I said, okay, when people want to hire you, they're like, okay, but where are your videos? We want to see your work. You just can't come and MC a whole wedding, Tisa. Where's your work? I said, how am I going to do this? Then, MCs in Zambia, it's always comedy. They're always, you always have to be a little extra. And I didn't have that.
Buck in addition to what they've already been paid. Yeah.
Yes. So I didn't think I was funny like that, comedian funny. But then that's what, MCs were doing, especially the men. They were like hilarious, Dorica and whatever. I didn't have that. So I said, let me get content. So I put out a video, my first video, where I was talking about how I pounded my rings because we had problems in my marriage.
You did what to your ring?
I pounded them with stones, I crushed them. Okay. So for the longest time, 7 years, the guy refused to get me rings. I popped babies, all types of babies, a girl, boys.
He just
said, no, you can't just break rings. He said, just because you had, this outspoken and...
I lost my ring, I think a month after our wedding.
No, I pounded them.
6 years ago.
I was upset. The marriage was over at that point. I said, we're pounding the rings.
How many kids have you got?
4.
Oh, okay. Listen, I wanted to find out, right? So when you're an MC and you're a woman, do you feel the way you look plays a part in you being a great MC or not?
Yes, it does.
You think so?
But you can always... My grandma always used to say, a woman should be seen and not heard. But with me, it was the other way around. You would hear me before you see me. Because I just had stuff to say that I knew was relevant and when to say it. But... with being an MC, ask me the question again, sorry. I don't know why.
Do you feel looks?
Yes, they do matter. When I started off, I'd just given birth to my son. So I had a little pouch, you know what I mean? And I remember I wore a dress, I thought I looked pretty. And your comment section, you know how Facebook is.
Yeah.
Are you pregnant? And oh my gosh, people should never say that. It's the rudest thing to tell anybody. And I just felt I wasn't looking the part. Then somebody says, your shoes don't match your dress. Then I said, how do the guys do it? Because you guys, a suit, you change the shirt, a tie, a little, it looks like a different whole look. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But with women, it was the hair. I had no money to buy the dresses, to do all these things. So I felt a little stuck. I got very defensive. Obviously, I tried to block. Oh, you can't say that to me. What? But I looked back, I said, you know what? Maybe I need to ask for help. Unfortunately, the Mumpy, oh my God, I love that girl. No, I really did.
I could see the bonds the time we were in Livingston.
What happened with Mumpy?
With Mumpy, she called me and she said, listen, I can give you numbers for a few boutiques and a few, you know what I mean, where you can rent out a dress, wear something, and then, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then I had to now apologize because I came out a little strongly with the lady that had commented on how the shoe wasn't working with the dress. So I said, you know what, which I don't usually do, but I felt it was a little too harsh.
Yeah.
So I put out a post, apologized, said, listen, this is how I was offended, blah, 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 blah. My apologies, I didn't mean it to come out like that. And then from there, that apology got me boutique owners like all over the world. There's Zambians in the diaspora where like, I have a boutique, I'm sending shoes, what's your shoe size, what's your dress size?
Did
and it
Fiscani
went
reach out
crazy. Did who?
Fiscani.
No.
Okay. And you can go.
Who's that?
Yeah.
Remember the event we're going to tonight? She's there. She's one of the main thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Anyway.
Is
No,
there food at that event?
Is there food at that event?
Elsa's number one concern wherever it's going is there food.
I asked Lulu Hangala when she sent me the invite.
Did she?
It's
She
like,
didn't
is
say.
there food?
Maybe she responded. Katwish. Where's my phone?
Check. Otherwise you're going to
checking,
starve. You
avoid.
might want to eat from here
Yeah.
before you
Speaking
go.
of food, what's the food here?
Oh, the food is coming up. Anyway, you were saying. So people from around the world start sending you all these
Yes,
things.
they
Yeah.
started sending me La Moda, Zambia, put me in a group. They said, walk in. I got like 12 pairs of shoes and it just went crazy from there. And I realized, wait a minute, I could actually influence these brands. You know, I said, okay, aside from the emceeing and the Tisa the hair resto, like every time I would wear something of theirs, I would have to say something about it. Makeup people came out from nowhere. I can do your makeup for free. It just became, I got like a lot of support from there, you know, and then I started looking and feeling good. But then every time you gain a bit of weight, are you pregnant again? Or every time you gained weight. So you kind of just ignore it at the end of the day.
Simon is so
It really
blunt,
doesn't- Yes. People want to feel.
So does it pay
beautiful.
well though?
Does it do what?
What you're doing, the emceeing, does it pay well?
Yes.
It does.
It does.
It's corporate emceeing, bro.
Even just not corporate. I'm
Yeah, but you're one of the most booked corporate MCs.
Yes, I am.
Male, female. Let's not even talk about sexes here. You're just one of the most booked corporate MCs.
Do you
None of
think it's
corporates
because of
pay
the how
well,
you
'cause
look?
I've done that before.
Is it your personality?
I think it's my personality and my content plays a huge role because half these corporate entities, they kind of have the same in their books. They've always had this person emceeing for them for 5 years. But
Yeah.
people find me relatable and they want to get that type of viewership. You know what I mean? Me, I'll
kind of
cook
vibe,
from
yeah.
Mbaula. I live streamed in Salaola. I went to Salaola. And I told my friend, I said, just turn on as I'm picking these clothes. And people came up, oh my gosh, you're so down to earth. I said, but everyone else does it. Like, you know what I mean? But that it's that me that people look for.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You've actually even sold Salaola before.
Yes, I have. I sold Salawa by the roadside to my fleece, trying to earn a living. Oh my gosh, I have a story for you. When Chinese guys just came,
Yeah.
my husband would do the oddest jobs just to support us. He is like my rock. You know what I mean? Because he's a good friend of mine
Yeah.
to begin with. But he would do the oddest job.
What's the oldest that is done?
We had like this is the one that I want to tell now. There was trade fair in Dola. So I had borrowed money from mom. I said, Mom, listen, we're in a bit of a stiffer, you know, the kids and the bills and the formula and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Let's get some to my things from China thingy. so that he can go and sell from there, like we can have a whole stand. He couldn't tell me that he didn't get a stand. So we pack all our little savings, buy all these things. He goes all the way to Ndol. He gets there. He finds my husband is very, very chilled out on. He finds a little spot. He puts the things. We're going to make like good money from there. Then they come. They say, do you have a permit to be in this spot? He says, no, I don't. They carry all his things, carry him, put him at the back of the van and take him to get arrested. And the call came in, and it's just, he called, and he, as a man and as a husband, he kind of felt like he failed us. You know what I mean? Like, I'm so sorry, I am not perfect. I'm so sorry that I didn't finish my college so that I can be a good husband. I'm so sorry that I'm not this perfect guy that you're looking for. But then I have these kids, and then he comes back with formula in his jacket, like he went to drink. He comes with formula in his jacket, and he's staggering into the house, and he looks at me and says, baby, I got formula. Oh my gosh, it just breaks my heart thinking about it now.
Damn.
Yeah.
What did you therapy for?
No, I'm saying the things that a husband
has
went
gone through. Yeah.
I've been there before.
Yeah.
4 or 5 years ago, when things, I shared this story, I think, on Jimmy K's thing, where things get rough. I can't afford a loaf of bread.
Yes.
I can't afford anything in my life. And you've got a wife, pregnant wife then, and a kid, our firstborn. And things just get so rough. You know what I mean? And I can't provide for my family. And I'd look at my wife and think, I can only imagine what she's thinking of me, what her family is thinking of me. Like, where do you even get the courage to marry a DJ with no qualifications, drop out, college dropout? All these things are going through my mind. And I think
it was our
if I knew therapy or if I knew Elson then, I think he would have advised me to go for therapy, because I was really going through the most.
And that's so good. I saw the interviews where you advise, like, that is so good that you do that. And even when you say it, it's so genuine. People do need to speak. Yeah.
Because it's very emasculating not being able to provide for your family. So I really appreciate God for where I am today, being able to provide whatever my family wants when they want. I'm able to do that now.
Hallelujah.
It's a whole different place to be, and I'm in a happy place. Yeah.
And that is why him supporting me now is like so huge. Because
how's he taking your success now?
He beams with delight. He always says your mom should have been here.
Yeah.
Then he lets me, because I have gigs out of town. Then I have gigs where it's late, he's working, and then he needs to be home with the kids after he gets back from work, and I'm busy. I have appearances at nightclubs. I'm doing all this. But he says, because obviously the questions that's going to come up is like, isn't he a little jealous? Like, where you're going and what, and in your DMs, who comes in your DMs? He just says, no one can handle your personality. Oh, this looks amazing.
I now regret having lunch at home earlier today. Listen to this.
The bachelor is happy.
The bachelor will eat here and eat at the next event where we're going tonight.
Are you going to do that?
You goddamn right. You're carrying a doggy bag too. What I'm gonna do?
This looks
from both events. This chicken is no ordinary chicken. G.O.B. This chicken went to International School of Lusaka.
Falling off the bone, my friend. Have you seen my
chicken? I think I would. Why did they give me oxtail though?
What? Control if they just eat what you have.
This chicken spoke English with a French accent.
It went to Harvard.
It did not go to Harvard. It went to Harvard.
Harvard.
The D is silent.
Look at Elson.
You can actually pretty much tell that this cow died a happy cow.
You see what I mean?
You're just hungry.
It was very happy. Because when you are in some areas, like you can tell that this even the way that these chickens move around, that they are stressed.
Elson?
This chicken, you can tell, went through no stress at all. This chicken was actually delivered in a 2022 Range Rover Vogue.
You should have said
you BMW. Can see the way through. No, I don't want to appease Elson. No.
You want to tell us what we have here? You can take my mic.
Chef, please.
Chef!
Break it down like a fraction. What we're having here.
You know the craziest thing is you can never trust a skinny chef. He's everything but skinny.
Hello.
Hi.
So for you, we have T-bone. Every Zambian loves T-bone.
Yeah.
And for you, we have our chicken, which went to fine school.
This chicken went to
Private
international school of Lusaka.
Yeah, not even Lusaka.
Spoke English with a French accent.
Went to boarding school in England.
My apologies for making it local.
You kept it.
Yeah, I know, right? I know, right?
No, it went to private school in England.
Wow.
Yeah. And for the lady,
Look at
we have our braised oxtail. It's actually cooked in beer.
Yes, I
Can
figured.
I have
as
that
much.
instead?
No, what? Just stay away. Stay in your lane.
It's
Just
for
eat
the lady.
chicken. Or this.
I don't like the chef
looks
anymore.
amazing.
No, you have to be my friend. Me and you have to be best friends.
Exactly.
Yes.
Let me taste the drumstick of this.
So this is cooked in beer.
Ooh, juicy chicken, man.
Oh Lord, yes.
Yes.
You can taste the beer.
You can,
I
right?
can see the smile on your face. It's the beer.
All
So-
the flavors.
Yes.
I swear we are gaining weight this year. The amount of food we're having from the
I'm telling
places
you.
where we're doing the episodes from.
Someone will ask me, "Are you pregnant?"
But I hope you enjoy your food.
We will.
I can see
Your name?
Chef Wezi.
Chef Wezi.
Yes.
When you come to 17, ask for Chef Wezi. The food here is finger licking good. I'm not boring
you.
from any fast food chain. It's just the truth.
Yes.
Yes.
Just the way that.
Yes.
Yeah. Chef
Thank
Wezi,
you.
thanks a lot for the meal.
Thank you. Enjoy.
We will definitely bring the crowd.
Please do.
The Zedians watching this are definitely coming to. Remember, it's in Avondale. It's in Avondale. What road is this?
This is
Don't ask me the name of the road.
off. Wait a minute, my house is just there.
Yeah.
You stay
It's
here
off
now.
Simon Wansaka Pwepwe.
Off
It's
Simon
Agape Gardens. After
So the-
Bluestone Guest House, down that road.
You don't
Yeah.
know the name of this road.
Just know it's off Gardenia. Just work.
Yes,
off.
just like she said. It's
You know
off
what? There's
Gardenia.
Google Maps.
Yeah.
Kuluba nowadays.
Yeah.
Like that's how I showed the camera crew where
Yes.
Where we were, yeah.
I was
It's
at
off
home and just sent
Gardenia
them-
Road, yeah.
Yeah.
Somewhere in Avondale. The
Right.
nice part of Avondale.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, cool. So
Thank you.
Thanks a lot,
Enjoy
Chef
your
Wezi.
meal.
We will. I'm enjoying so far.
Thank you so much. So
You're
delish.
welcome.
Seriously.
You're
While we munch away, we're talking about hair resto.
Yeah.
Tell us more about that. I'm really interested. Can we talk about first how you came up with the whole concept? Who gave you the idea? How did you put the chemicals together? How's that going? Who's buying? Everything.
While you're at it, let me add a couple more questions.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that are also starting up their journey in entrepreneurship, funding,
Yeah.
All that, yeah.
distribution, partnerships. They've got no idea of who to speak to. I know firsthand. In my previous life, I did some honey products, and getting into a supermarket is extremely difficult.
Yeah.
So your journey from you deciding you want to do this, how did you handle your funding? Where did you get your money from? How did you handle partnerships, distribution, printing, bottling, all this stuff?
Well, with me, it was very easy. Because
Easy.
yes, it was.
Wow.
Because where I had to use vinyls to make stickers,
Yeah.
I had somebody that I'd worked with in the marketing department that said, listen, Tisa, I can do this. So there were a lot of people that offering their services. Just let us print for you. You know, you gave us good business, et cetera, et cetera. So the printing wasn't an issue. The designs, again, from my design team in the marketing department, they designed the logo for me. Obviously, I played around with it a bit, then realized that, okay, quickly I need to get it patented because I don't want my Tisa the hair resto being made in material. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Then I did a lot of research. I have Indian friends that advised on what organic oils to use. Unfortunately, we have a very huge Indian community. So the suppliers for my ingredients are right here in this country. I don't have to ship. You know what I mean? I don't have to send for stuff to come from outside. The issue with Zambia is the packaging. Because you want it to look good. You know what I mean? You want it to
I'd love
just...
the camera crew to have a taste as well.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Let them try that as well. This is,
They ain't touching my
yes.
shit.
I wanted. That's why I gave my chicken away.
So
to have
you
your
can dick
oxtail.
it.
Yeah, you were saying?
Packaging is a nightmare. I always say, if people want to start business here, just let us have good packaging. You know what I mean? We do have local products. I mean, we do have local plastics. I think also the last time I met you, I was getting plastics from that little plastic shop. Huh?
Remember when I told you that I used to do honey in my previous life?
Yes.
That's exactly
Were you trying to get?
Yeah, so that's why I was getting my packaging
But didn't
too.
you want?
Nelson has done
Didn't
ghosts
you
as
want
well.
to get fancier with packaging though?
I did.
And then you
I ended up getting my packaging from South Africa.
And it was a little pricey, wasn't it?
A little.
Yeah.
A little. I had to send nudes.
And a norm.
You
With
send
lube.
nudes to get proper discounts.
No, I'm messing with you. But yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about because I went through the same thing. And listen, I've done almost every single thing. I don't like to talk about it now, but yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, so it was a bit of a struggle, but I figured out, I only tell you when the cameras are off how I figured it out. But
Yeah.
I said I need to be consistent with production. And people were like, no, can we get distributors? I did, but people just don't have money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
People don't, even if I gave them at like order price, people just don't have money. But ideally, I started off with distributors from different towns, and it's been selling. I can't even have my stock in a shop.
Sure.
But I have been approached by Msimbi dolls because they said, listen, your product is organic. Can we have it in our store? And Msimbi dolls is doing so well so that the kids can use it. But then I said, what?
My
I think
daughter
at
needs
this
that.
point, let me get it certified. So that is my journey now. I should get that hopefully in a couple of weeks so that once I have that certified, then I'm onto something. Then I can go to the supermarkets. And you see, I'm Tisa the Trendsetter. So if I say, let me speak to the manager will say, oh, my wife loves you. Then maybe someone will listen to what I have to say.
What did you get patent?
The name, the Tisa's Hair Resto.
Okay. The bottle, the packaging. Did you also? You can also get that patent, right? Yeah. So
maybe if I
the
could-
look and feel. So yeah, of how your label looks, the bottle, the packaging, and everything. Because someone can take exactly how it looks,
Yeah. Use
and
it.
call it Bisa.
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm
and
serious.
say Bisa's Hair Resto.
Yep.
Yep. It's the world we live in.
You're a guy. Oh, shikes.
I'll give you somebody at Pakra. Speak to them.
Please.
Yeah,
You
they'll
want, yeah.
patent that as well.
You've won, right?
Perfect. Oh, that's such a good idea.
Yeah. So you become Tisa the Trendsetter, and that helps because you can now walk into any place and people know your name. It helps sell your business. Yeah.
I'm onto something. And
Yeah.
the biggest one for me is when Stanbic called me.
Tell us about it.
So they obviously they have a board where they have to pick and decide. But I think most of them were following my page. That's why I always say content is very important. Not just, we all know how to.
No. The most important thing, and what we just said, is fame.
It's fame.
Yeah. And I'll tell you why.
Why?
Fame
is what?
It's fame. Explain.
Fame gets you influence.
Okay. Elaborate a little more.
Let me elaborate. Even Jesus had to be famous before he became influential.
yes, of
before his
course.
word was actually,
Yes,
accepted by the
yes,
people.
yes.
And how did he? I think Jesus understood fame very well. He turned water to wine, the first
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Then he performed miracles.
Yeah.
He became famous, and then he started preaching the gospel. You've seen
Yeah.
that sequence?
Yes.
So he got famous
Okay, now
first.
I get it from
then
that
he became
point.
influential.
Yes.
Then he preached the gospel to the people.
Yes.
Fame opens doors for you.
Yes, it does. But then how do you get positioned to have the fame? Like what needs to happen? It's not everyone
Jesus
that needs
turned
to have
water
a
to
sex
wine.
tape.
Yeah,
it's not
exactly. I was coming
scandal.
to that. I was actually coming to that. How you've made it without a scandal.
Without a scandal.
Because 95%, and sad to say, of women,
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a global thing, but in this country, a lot of women, let me not put a percentage to it, a lot of women gain the fame after a scandal.
Yes.
What are you saying about Iris?
Oh my gosh.
I didn't
no
mention
one
any
even
names.
mentioned names. What?
And I even
Just
dropped my
eat your-
percentages to say just a lot of women.
You sure? You didn't mention
No,
Iris?
we didn't.
No, I
Are you out of your mind? Angakumenyese also.
Y'all niggas didn't hear him say Iris?
Anyway, you were saying, yeah?
So you really need to get, again, content is everything. Because
Yeah.
obviously people, you're suggesting Tisa, can we see what she puts out?
Yeah.
What is she about?
Yeah,
So
but you see, even when they look at that, the first thing they're going to look at is the numbers.
Yes, it's the number. But wait a minute.
Yeah.
It's not really the numbers per se.
It's the numbers.
What I've discovered.
I will debate.
So let me tell you. When I worked during election period, obviously, people approach these pages during elections. Politics, and everyone was telling me, we are begging, whatever you do, don't get into these paid adverts and the money was good, dude. I was like looking at it in the tab and I'm 5 years in their schools. But then you sit down and you tell yourself, wait a minute, where am I going with this? So EU came in. I just recovered from COVID. I'd put in my application. They actually had a segment that they hadn't had before. So 2011, I worked for EU just as short-term observer, then long-term observer. When they came this time, they were looking for social media analysts. I've been talking for a long time.
No.
They were looking for social media analysts, monitors, etc. So I said, Tisa the Trendsetter. So literally, I edited my CV, put Tisa the Trend. This is what I've done, etc., etc. So even interview level, these EU guys are asking, so who is Tisa the Trendsetter? I said, share your question. I spoke and said, perfect. But you do understand that when you work with us, this is what we're about. We're non-partisan. So I worked in there. I now figured out that there are softwares and algorithms that actually work on social media. Like you can ping. You know how it is when you say something about Nando's can pick you up? Like you say it wherever in the world they can pick you up. Literally, Facebook and statistics and analytics work a whole different way. So I have 250,000 followers approximately.
253 actually.
Yes.
Yeah.
So sorry to come in. Yeah, that's impressive. Something that you just said. That I want to clarify on. I don't know if you've noticed. Okay, I'm gonna sound so privileged. You saw the war between Apple and Facebook, which is Apple has introduced an option for you to not be tracked.
Are you serious?
Yes. So when you open your Facebook, your phone will ask you to say Facebook would like to track.
Is this iPhone or Android?
iPhone. Would like to track what you search or what you do.
Yeah.
Would you like that or no?
Or not?
So if you say no, it doesn't. So it doesn't matter what you type in Google or whatever.
I think iPhone is probably thinking, why is Facebook getting free data and using people? Because at the end of the day, we don't pay for Facebook, so we are the product. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So iPhone is actually giving you the option of not being a product.
That's exactly what they said.
Yeah.
That we would rather let you know.
And you decide.
And you
if you want to be a product or not.
Right.
Yeah.
With every other product, they don't give you that option. They just track you.
iPhone should have paid you for this advert, man.
I know, right? What's his face? The guy at the Apple store. God damn it. Kilo. My camera, Kilo.
Hook a brother up. You're so sly. You just have to just wear me.
I know, right?
And they're going to call him else.
EU.
So then they
track,
they, how they use the software. So for me, that was a learning experience because then I figured out how to behave, how to use certain words, just so that I could get the engagement up. Because if you on a, like these t-shirts you guys have, you know what I mean? These Zed Podcast. I love them.
Mm-hmm.
But then when you come to me as like, oh my gosh, did I just advertise for? Oh Lord, you guys.
You don't?
I do. If you came to me and said, Tisa, listen, we want to sell the t-shirts.
Yeah.
Ideally, you would think, maybe if I should get someone with 1 million followers, that's when. It's not the following. No. It's the engagement and the post reach, which is huge. So with 253, I can get a post reach of about 2 million. Post reach.
I remember Beatrice brought this up as well.
Yes.
Yeah, the reach. Yeah.
Yes, the reach is everything because the reach is the person that actually sees and the person that actually.
Why you can have a person with 2,000 followers.
Yes.
You called an influencer.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because even me, like I got Stanbic with 250,000 followers. Stanbic saw me and they called me and they said, listen, we need to do this together because you are relatable and you have this influence and you have these women that are following you. We love you so much and we want you on board. 250. So I don't need to.
And you were paid well. I like how social media is just.
You need to be very clever, but you need to take criticism. Then you need to ask. You need to consult. Very important.
So will you be my consultant?
Nothing. For a charge, yes. For a fee, yes.
How much are we talking?
My PR team is all the way somewhere else, but they're top notch. How much are we talking about?
Yeah.
Are you sure you want me to say it in front?
College dropouts hustling each other here.
You want to have What's wrong with this guy?
This is why I'm out of this conversation.
Yeah, the graduate.
Yeah.
The graduate, the one
Let
who,
these college dropouts
the one with
talk amongst
papers. Elson
gosh.
is way too much for
No,
me.
I've loved this episode, man. Like, really. Tisa, before we come to the end of this episode.
We ending already.
No, I'm saying before we come to the end of this episode.
Okay.
I'm really interested in, and I'm not trying to get free consultancy for anything, but just for those of us who are trying to, grow our numbers on social media, there's a kid out there who's trying to be the next Tisa or better. What advice do you have for people who are trying to grow on social media?
Don't make porn.
Yes, the phone, sex tapes, no. Scandals, no. Then comments, even in the comment section.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, open a page, keep it. Even if it's not published, post things on it. You need to find it okay to be different, to be unique.
Yeah.
Because it's so easy for you to fall in the trap of, I need to have this slay queen type of feel. I should just speak English.
I should twerk.
You should... Motswanas.
Yeah.
Motswanas, they're so proud of their language. They're so proud of their culture and their tribe and their heritage. I do, and which is such a huge thing for me. I don't only just MC weddings and corporate events. I also do kitchen party matronship. So all those lessons that I felt where, when you're peaking, your sister's getting married, they're playing the drums and you're watching and you're listening. I soaked that up went to an international school that embraced different cultures.
Right.
So every international week they would say, a little bit of Zambia. I had to teach them drums, teach them Zambian songs. I would learn Korean culture. I would learn Japanese culture. I'd learn, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It made me more patriotic being away from home. When I came back with my education, where it had reached, because he was going to say something.
Yeah.
I was just about
But when I came back, then got married.
Itching.
I was about to say, what education?
What education? Imagine where we reached.
Like, spell it.
That's why. Spell education. So I always do spell photosynthesis.
Yeah.
I just say that to a slay queen. Spell photosynthesis. So, but then I embraced, then I did the videos and people were like, no, but why don't you just speak English? I said, wait a minute. I can speak Bemba comfortably.
Yeah.
So let me embrace that.
But why do you think us Zambians are like that? If you can just digress a little bit.
I'm telling you now.
Yeah.
English, so something happens to the tongue. It just doesn't. But if I express
also, to be honest, I don't like English as well.
Yeah,
I think I do it because of the multilingual audience that we have. But immediately the cameras are off.
Oh, I'm
and Martin forcing me to speak English. My English bundles deplete quickly, guy. My English bundles are.
Someone told me when I said I was doing the Zed podcast. Someone told me, "Oh, Mzaindo kamba na Elson avizungu." Elson feels like his English is. I said, "Okay."
I really don't like English.
What you've done to people.
I would really love to be like the Swana people. You want to watch BTV?
Yes.
It's Swana.
It's
menus, programs, everything.
Yes.
I would really love that.
It would be nice to do that. I always say, you're going to add subtitles.
But in Zambia, I think you're sort of seen as a second-class citizen if you speak your local language.
Yes. So
even
then
Zimbabweans, I think, are more proud of their local language than we are.
I had an event that actually told me that I can't use Bemba. At an event I can't mention.
And you're in your own country.
Yes.
They told you can't speak your own language.
You can't use
so
your own
why are we
language?
like that though? Why do you think of ourselves?
Then suddenly when I cracked a joke in Bemba and in Ganja,
and everyone laughs.
It was happening. You need to come for the next event. I said, I told you, I do it differently.
Nigga, praise.
So again, to the young ones, just be authentic. When I started cooking, I wanted to always go to my sister's house because her kitchen was done up, posh. Me, mine wasn't. Then I kept on saying, I need to use her kitchen. Imagine if I used her kitchen the entire time. I wouldn't have kept up with keeping up appearances.
Yeah.
Just be yourself, be authentic. Please, the vulgarity, the insults,
You should do reality shows.
We should. We or me?
You.
What do you mean we?
Oh, well, you're not.
Do Kalenga and I look remotely interesting?
I don't know what you think, Elson. I think she has the energy, the vibe,
the
following already.
Are you serious?
The boobs. Do you know what?
Do that? You're a psychopath.
He's a married
You've got the following. Yes.
Do you know that in the day and age we are right now, you actually don't even need a TV station. Your following
No.
is big enough.
Absolutely.
Because you're having TV numbers. The numbers that you have, that's what
It's
TV
TV
stations
no,
have.
You know the
Figures.
craziest
So if
thing
you do it
again?
yourself, hire our crew for a fee to do your reality show.
You know the
Whenever
craziest
I
thing
say
again
I'm a
is
cameraman.
this is exactly why Joe Rogan has been uncancelable. It's because he's got the viewers, he's got the following.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Say what the fuck you want. Which brings me to my next question,
Yeah.
Tisa. You've got you've got these corporates.
Yeah.
I battle with this, and I mentioned this in one or two previous episodes. How do you have an opinion in manage? How do you have an opinion, a social media presence, and still manage to navigate and stay?
Relevant.
Yeah, not only relevant, but not stir up controversy. You know what I mean?
That's a good question.
I had an opinion. I had a platform. I said what I thought, and the people, for whatever reason, don't agree with you, and they stir up. So how do you navigate
I always, for me, I feel like it's more of a gift. Like I know when to.
No.
Telling you. I'm telling you.
Okay, so for people without gifts,
Like I also do have no breaks.
like you, the educated one.
Yeah.
But listen, no, I get what you're saying. But you see, someone mentioned this to me, and my husband did, because I'm very cautious. Like when I walk into the room, even when you came, we're figuring out where we're gonna sit. I always have to read my audience, like the environment. I need to check and see how. Mom worked for the OP.
Yeah.
So we were, and she was a woman. So we were raised.
your
to
mom
be
was a
very-
woman.
She was a woman who. Let her finish
Worked
the
for the
sentence.
oh my
Worked
gosh!
for the
Are we just paraphrase it quickly, you intelligent guy? Jesus, Elsa. So that she raised us in a way that you have to be aware of your environment, like what's happening, who is saying what. You can't say this. You can't behave in a certain manner. I thought that's how everyone thought, until I realized no, it's a little different, because then. But you're a social commentator, but this happened. Why aren't you mentioning? Why aren't you saying something about this girl that was hacked? Or you stand up for women's rights,
Yeah.
but why aren't you mentioning this? I've told myself, when I opened the Facebook page, everything, the content I put out was free content. Like I said, I love money. I had to find a way to interpret and change that into money that was coming in. So if I speak about it, who am I speaking about? Who am I speaking to? Who's listening? Who's watching? How does it benefit me and my brand? Because now it's a whole brand altogether. So I do have
powerful.
opinions. I'll post them on my WhatsApp status to the few selected people, but I have to be very careful in how I speak on certain issues or how I comment on certain issues. Not that I'm not passionate about them, but then if I just put it out there, like, is it going to benefit me? And when I say benefit, I did a tree planting thing that I was very active about, and I wasn't paid for that. You know what I mean? There's certain things that I would do pro bono, especially supporting local businesses, because my brand is local. Like I would go to Soweto Market, I would go to Northmead in the market where the women are doing my hair. I'll pay 130 kwacha, and I'll say, let's take a photo together. Let's put it out there. Then my auntie went to me on my phone, so it's very important for me to
Bring up
not
the guy
be
behind.
too excited.
Yeah.
I've seen other vloggers, they get excited and they speak so well on certain issues and they have this content that kind of, but for me, I have to tell myself, I have followers who have followed me for this reason. Let me
stick to that.
so let me stick to that.
Don't be
obviously
everything to
things-
everyone.
Let me not be available to talk about everything every single time. No. And there's some people who've reached out to me. A few names you've mentioned here, they've called me separately and said, listen, I need your advice about this. I need your advice about marriage. I need your advice about relationships. I don't have to go to social media and live stream that whole entire phone call, just to get clout and to get, I can do it separately. But I've worked so hard to get where I am, to just dive into anything, just to get an applause. I need to be paid.
Yeah.
Don't clap for me, but I just need to be paid. But then when you do hire me, whether it's Africa Greatest Party or whether it's people, because I've had weddings where the entire night we've just had one Fanta, but they've paid me. I will show up as Tisa the Trendsetter for both events. I don't do this high end, I just show up and just deliver. I want shakataka patulu.
So how do you handle backlash? So you say something that you believe in, that you believe is true, but for whatever reason, some people don't, and there's backlash. How do you handle that? Do you respond?
Because Elson can't handle that.
I am sensitive as fuck.
Are you
I can't.
serious?
Elson will go to the comment, respond if they insulted you. Also,
I had,
Serious.
and you know and
can't handle it, yeah.
I wish I had Kalenga's.
How
He's
do
very
you-
calm. He's
You are.
very, very calm. With me, it gets to me. Like when someone says shit about me, I'll put my phone down, I'll woosa, but the little devil in me will keep poking
Yes,
at me like,
yes.
so you gonna let this nigga talk shit about you?
the whole of you.
Fam, some idiot said, Elson, you're always speaking about mental health.
Yeah.
But then to Kalenga, you're always castigating him about
Being a college dropout.
about being
I
a
remember
college
that one, yeah.
dropout.
Oh, this thing has been going on for quite.
And then I'm sitting there like, Kalenga, this very outspoken person,
Yeah.
you are going to be his spokesperson.
Yeah.
Like, how do you become offended on someone else's behalf?
Yeah.
I've kept saying this
No, because
over and over again.
You see, Zambia. Ideally, this would have just been a one-person type of podcast.
Yeah.
The moment you partner with a friend, I did it. My best friend and I would do live streams together. The moment they see something, it's like people have this urge to want to separate, to want to make one person bigger than the other. Like suddenly, the way your daughter saw and say, "This is my boss," you know what I mean? Had it come from anyone
Yeah.
else, they want to separate the energies that you have, and it shouldn't be there. You just
Do you
need
know
to be.
what you're talking about? Like why
Yeah.
people would want to separate. A lot of people have come to my inbox to talk about. Elson is such a smart guy. Do you feel he's taking your show away from you? You started
Are you
this.
serious?
You've seen some of the comments like you should take Elson away.
But how does
he's
that make
spoiling
you
your
feel?
show.
Does it plant a little
No,
seed in your
it
brain?
doesn't.
Yeah, finish up.
It doesn't. Why? Because I know what my strengths are.
Yeah,
Even Elson coming on the show,
yeah,
he brought in his own strengths. He plays to his strengths. I play to mine.
correct.
I don't know if he can do the show without me. I can't do the show without him because
don't
I
think
feel
you
we
can do
both
it without
bring
the both of-
our
yeah.
strengths to the table.
Correct.
It's a yin and a yang kind of thing. So we can call it good cop, bad cop.
Yeah,
Okay. Or humorous, I'm more of a flat guy kind of thing. We both bring our strengths to the table. You know what I mean? He asks really deep questions. I'll ask you questions that are a bit surface. And I'm trying to bring your mainstream life a bit more to prominence.
Yes.
He'll go deeper. You know what I mean?
Yes,
So
he
we
will.
sort of complement
I
each
do.
other.
but like
You
I
like the
said,
deeper part, don't you? Go deeper, papa. So yeah, so I get what you're talking about, where people always try to separate you. I don't know why it's that way with
It is.
Zambians. Somebody actually
It
inboxed
is.
me saying, you know, your podcast is growing. Be wary of people always trying to bring your show down, and people are going to start working hard now that you're at the
Oh,
top.
Zambians.
Yeah.
Like they don't know
It's
that
crazy.
when the lights are off, you guys, are friends. You know
We're
what I
still
mean?
this-
And you still like
So many times we've bumped into people.
And they'll be like, so you guys are like this even off screen?
yes.
I'm like, yeah, I call him
You
a
are-
short.
They are. Where's the camera? They are the way they. I haven't even felt that we've started filming because this is.
It was
who
like
they
this
are,
even
is
before,
what they are.
yeah.
You're not gonna be broken. You're not gonna. It's not gonna happen. I don't think it's gonna happen. So, you're a good vibe. I'm so proud of you guys, though. I
Yeah.
must say. I've seen other podcasts are coming up. They're trying to,
I've seen quite a number, young guys coming up.
which
You
is
know, the
good.
craziest
If you
thing
set
is-
the trends, you set the trends.
There was
Yeah, we've got no issues because it's an industry we all want to grow.
it's
Totally.
huge.
It's huge. The cake is big enough.
Yes, that's what I always say.
And I think the more podcasts we have, and if we're all doing it right, the more corporates start seeing us as a serious industry to invest in. Because numbers are going to grow for podcasting. You know what I mean?
But where do you
we
guys
just pray
see
we remain
yourself?
at the
Like,
top.
wait, are you selling? Like, what's happening? Like, where are you
We're
getting the
getting-
money to pay these niggas?
Corporates are coming in once in a while.
Perfect.
Yeah. The next episode is actually brought to you by USAID. The next two.
Are you kidding?
Three.
Yeah. The next three.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
USAID, yeah.
USAID.
Yeah, that's good.
We have
plus two more brought to you by Let's Chat, a new
Yes.
app that
Yes.
you need to try out.
We've
I need
got
to plug
insurance
Let's
companies
Chat.
that are coming on
Insurance
board.
companies as well. So
Oh, that's huge.
our next few
cryptocurrency.
yes,
No!
crypto,
I promise
one
you.
crypto. Yeah.
So look, and here's the crazy. Touching on partly on what you. Okay, let me leave that alone. But you know the craziest thing is, you start something, you create something. When I met Kalenga, I was introduced to Kalenga by Komba from MTN.
Yeah.
Right. I was doing some business in Mchinga. So Komba sends me Kalenga's number and says, in fact, in the conversation I had with Komba, he sent me 3 people's phone numbers.
Yes.
And one of them was Kalenga. So I called this guy. I think you were driving the time that I called.
Yeah, I was in Kalingalinga. I remember that call very well, yeah.
And we made a plan to meet. And we said there was a food market.
Yeah.
So we made a plan to meet at the food market, but it was way too noisy. It wasn't conducive to speak business, right?
Yeah.
So we said, let's have breakfast tomorrow. We decided to have breakfast the day after. And we literally spoke about the reason why I had called him for all of 5 minutes.
Yeah.
The rest of the time that we were there, we spoke about podcasting, and the synergy and the energy was just there. And this thing was birthed because he had ideas that I resonated with.
Yeah.
I had ideas as well. And, you create this thing that wasn't there before.
Yeah.
And then you're going to get people halfway into you now creating this thing and it taking off and it being successful. Now come in and say, no, don't wear flip-flops on your show.
Yeah.
Don't swear.
Like you guys are too vulgar.
Do you
Like
get what I mean?
It's too rude. You should take him off.
And that's the
Yeah.
other thing is there's no taking off because this is a partnership.
Yeah, it's a
Yes, it
partnership.
is.
I mean, Pakra.
It is.
Yes.
Partnership. You know
Yes,
what I mean?
we
So-
went and we registered this. It belongs to Kalenga just as much as it belongs to
you.
Yeah.
So that's the other thing, which is it's something that grew and it grew to be bigger than just Kalenga and I.
And it grew very fast.
It grew
Surprising.
extremely fast.
Yeah.
So look, don't come here and tell me what to do, just like I don't come to your job and tell you how to suck dicks. Just you know what I mean?
Depends on the job. Anyway, Tisa, let's get playing. Would you rather? I prepared
Would
a
I
list.
rather? We playing games now.
Would you rather? Well, just as we wind down this
Okay.
episode, it's been a lit episode. I've loved this one.
Yep.
Just
Let's do this.
how many do we have? 1, 3, 6. Okay, just 6.
Okay.
Would you rather questions? Just getting to know Tisa a little bit more
Sharper.
through a game.
Slam them.
Tisa, would you rather hear what all Zambians are saying, or have the ability to speak and all Zambians listen to you? Would you rather they hear you, or you rather?
No,
that's
definitely.
easy.
That's definitely.
Yeah?
They have to hear me.
You want them to hear
Yes.
you?
I'll say that too.
You said the same?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Would you rather win the lottery, 1 billion kwacha, or live for 300 years?
That's easy.
No, let her answer. It's not for you, Elson.
300 years.
Yeah.
And then everyone else is not there that I love. No, the money.
You
We
meet
need
all
to
the new
get
people that you
No,
love.
boo.
You get the money.
It's
Elson?
more for the funded
I'd live for 300
experiences.
years.
You see, so it
Would
wasn't
you live
obvious.
for 300 years?
Yes,
Seriously.
absolutely.
To do what?
I do not need to think about it.
Elson
not
wants to
even
see what phones they'll be using then, what cars they'll be driving, so he'd
Yes.
rather be there, see it himself.
If teeth will get bigger than they are now,
Tisa, I know how
Yes.
much you love the internet and phones. Would
Yes.
you rather be without internet for a week or without your phone for a week?
But if I don't have my phone, then I don't have the internet. Like, what am I doing
yeah.
with the internet if it's just floating around? I need to be online.
Okay.
It's my addiction. It's my.
so if you had to choose one,
I would need to have my phone. I would find the
Let-
internet. like a
quick disclaimer, Tisa.
Yes.
I was not part of coming up with these dumbass questions.
Tisa, you're a very outspoken person. Would you rather always say everything on your mind or never speak again?
I have to say what's on my mind.
Always.
Always. I just have to creatively.
This
But I have
this
to
one
say
has
what's on
really got Elson's attention because he always wants to speak his mind.
All the time. When I watch his videos, I'm like, you didn't have to
All the
say
time.
that.
All the
You could have left that out.
I love making fun of myself. I posted a photo of me in.
Your baggy jeans, yeah.
With baggages.
Oh, you should see this photo, man.
It.
He looks stupid as F. Tisa, would you rather be a kid your whole life or an adult your whole life?
That's easy as well.
Is
Can you-
it? What
Probably
would you
you're thinking
say?
it's obvious
What
until
would
she
you say?
answers. Yeah,
Wait,
No, I want to hear. I want to
what
hear
would you say? Would you
I
rather be a
wanna
kid your whole
what
life?
Kid.
Yeah.
No, I do adults so well.
Elson?
Adult, all day. I'm having
Yeah,
the
for you, we
best
know
time
why.
of my
We
life
know why.
now.
We know why.
Listen,
but it's
Lalela. Now, the shit that I do,
fully developed. He needs
can't
to
do
say
as a
fully
kid.
developed functioning.
You wouldn't want to have a life if you have no responsibility, just a kid. Your father still takes care of
No, I
you.
can't.
no,
It's
right?
not
I
fun.
can handle my responsibility. Right? But it comes with perks. It comes with extra stuff.
No price for guessing what else it means. Moving
I
on.
know exactly what you mean.
Tisa.
I get more butt than an ashtray.
Oh my god!
This one shall be quoted on TikTok. Again.
I need to MC Elson's wedding.
Yeah, you should.
Find me wherever I'm going
And
to be.
please
I would
quote
drop
every
everything I'm
one
doing.
episode 136 now. Quote all the episodes, things they said. bring it
If
out
you will be
on his
alive in
wedding.
300 years.
In 300 years.
Absolutely.
Tisa, would you rather have X-ray vision or magnified hearing? I don't need to ask us on this one. Would you rather have X-ray
Yeah,
vision?
mine is obvious.
Oh, magnified hearing.
Yeah.
I really, to be honest, it's
Yeah.
a very tricky one because I really don't like to hear what people are saying. You know what I mean? I can't. Because already just somebody telling me that my heart.
Yeah.
I want to go and beat them up. You know what I mean?
You hate
I'm one of
gossip.
those. Yes, I hate gossip. But and then you always say I really don't care what people say about me. But you kind of do. You know what I mean?
we
So
all do.
if they're speaking it and thinking it and it's not good, maybe I don't.
So you'd rather just see through that.
So
both.
X-ray,
Yeah.
I don't know how that would serve. It will work best for him.
But
I don't know how
true.
That would kind of.
I don't even know why I'm asking this. Elson, what would you pick?
What would the X-ray pick? Is it muscle or
Yeah,
is
I
it?
know, right?
Is it,
I was about to hit him with that one. What if
is
you
it
just go to the bone?
bone struck?
Fuck that shit.
I'm
What if you just
done.
work like an X-ray machine,
You
just
guys
shows
are
bones?
useless.
What the hell would I need that
I
for?
know, right? Tisa, when you die one day in old age,
Yes,
would you rather be buried in a coffin or cremated?
I'm one of those because I'm such a hopeless romantic. Like I would want to be cremated so my kids can put me in their little pendant. Yeah. Yes, I'm one of those. Cremated, definitely for sure.
I'd love to be
Create more
cremated as well.
space.
But
Yeah.
for me, it's more for the financials. I think Zambian funerals are just too expensive, especially on the aggrieved. Like, why do we put so much pressure on people that are grieving? You know what I mean?
Because- and then
you
you
come to
wait,
sleep at their
wait.
home, you're
They
eating their
feed
food,
you.
they have to feed you.
You have got no.
You're buying a coffin, you've got all this stress,
and then
they'll
as-
just be
with
there.
because my mom was from Lopola, Bemba,
Yeah.
and then we have Ichimbo Chamarido.
You see what I
So
mean?
we just don't arrive there. It's a whole song fest type
Yeah.
of thing. It's a celebration, mini cry. Oh, it's a whole vibe.
You people have got no faith in science. What if one day they figure out a way to bring you back from the dead
oh,
and your ass is powder?
then they can't put you together.
I was laughing at Chris Rock today.
Suck it in, you. Suck it
I was
in.
laughing. Chris Rock was talking about organ donations. It's like, I can't do that shit.
I can't do that.
Imagine I donate my eyes, and 2 years down the line, they find out.
And now you got no eyes.
So when now you got no eyes, it's like, listen, dude.
Wait, you gave away my eyes to a white kid?
You shouldn't have.
I will look
You
for that
should have
motherfucker.
got and gorge the mouth. Oh Lord,
Give away my eyes to a white kid. Now Chris Rock is in it. Oh shit, man. Oh crap, now we have to go, man.
Oh my
And look
gosh,
at you crying, laughing.
Imagine.
The joke killed me so much. You know why? Because I'm hearing it in Chris Rock's voice. Oh shit.
Oh my gosh, I've had so much fun. You guys, we need to do this more often.
Yeah, no, we should.
Like if you guys start recycling guests, please. Recycle.
Yeah, I'm sure. You know,
We have, yeah.
funny thing about we're actually having the PR girls again because the first
Yeah.
one we did, I was alone, and we actually did it 3 years ago. Before, the PR girls episode. That's 3 years ago. But we just
can
rebrand
you say the dress code
pajamas.
Is it pajamas?
Yeah, we're doing it in pajamas
at their house
at their house.
Are you kidding?
Guang, guang.
with some Barry White playing in the background?
Practice what you preach. This telling me that it's been a lovely episode, but here I am, baby.
The episode was pretty fun.
Yeah, it was
This
pretty
was
fun. To the
fun.
next episode, remember to buy our t-shirts from Mark Ford.
From Mark Ford.
Buy Tisa's hair restoration for women and men whose hair is falling
My
out, like
beard,
Martin.
Martin's
Does
hair.
it grow a beard? Like really?
No, it does. It's grown a beard for my brother-in-law. But I said, we need to.
You have got no hope.
There's no for you as well. Look who's talking.
No,
Fam,
but I
she
there's
said
room
I had.
for,
What's the fancy word you said?
Yes.
Follicles are big enough. I pay attention, guys.
Come
I pay
on,
attention.
you don't have that shit.
No, you have follicle.
He doesn't know what follicles are. Anyway, the college dropouts.
He had college dropouts, the guy.
Elson, follicles are.
Oh my gosh, don't do that.
What the fuck is that?
Why would you do that? Are you serious?
Where the hair.
Are you alone?
Are you alone?
That's where you got that.
Have you lasted one? How long is this episode again?
Is it?
Have you lasted 1 hour 45? To the next episode. My name is K Plus and the other guy.
The other guy.
I'm Tisa the Trendsetter. It's been a
great.
pleasure.
You should do a podcast. Your voice is amazing. Your
Yeah.
energy is good. The vibe is good. I really think you'd kill a podcast.
Sharp as
Where
cash
even
happen.
if you go to Spotify, you're gonna find short episodes
Yes.
of podcasts where they talk about salt.
Yes.
There's one I'm listening to, Dying for Sex.
Are you serious?
Amazing podcast. And this lady is alone. She just talks about her sexual experiences. The doctor diagnosed her with breast cancer.
Yeah.
Now, well, not the diagnosis first. The doctor touched her boobs and he says, no, you're too young. I think it was like 14, 15
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
You're too young to have cancer, go home.
Yeah.
But she was bothered for months. So she went to see another doctor who did a scan
Mm-hmm.
and they found she actually had breast cancer.
Okay.
She cursed out the first doctor. So they cut, what do you call it? I'll just say they cut the boob off. Years down the line, it was like 18, 19, 20, somewhere there, she had cancer in the other boob, so they cut it off. And this is the time where I think she even got married and stuff, so they cut the boob off. And she had issues in the marriage, they divorced. And she just started getting very horny after the marriage. So on this podcast, she just shares her sexual experiences
Are you serious?
after marriage.
Where is she?
You want to find her without the boob.
Without the boobs. Yeah, but she's been having so much fun in life, and she's talking about all these experiences.
All these experiences.
I know
yeah.
the title's a bit deceiving, dying for sex. But she talks about interesting life lessons, like deep life
And
lessons.
yes.
You can do something like
Yeah,
that.
I
as
could
well.
do something like
Not
that.
your sexual
straight up.
experiences,
Not
but-
the sexual experience.
But I would like to hear about your sexual experiences.
Oh my gosh, are we? Let's cut.
Yeah, let's
No,
cut.
no,
To the
hold on.
next
Let's no.
episode.
Wait. Hang on.
Sexual experiences.
Yeah, no, but it'll be pretty interesting because again, we spoke about you guys being married and how you can have sex with
No,
the
but
same
it's true because
chicken person over and over
yes,
again.
like you said, like how is it to get married and be with the same guy
That's one
for
that
so
bothers
long?
me.
Does
You
it
heard-
get
you know
boring?
Michael-
Yes,
you know
it
Michael
does.
Blackson?
But
Yeah, I know
The
Michael Blackson.
comedian.
Yeah.
You know that his woman allows him to have at least one side chick a week.
a week. Oh,
Allows
you
him.
would love that kind of-
allows.
yes, he would like that kind
Wait,
of open.
no,
that's the
she
wife
does
or
it.
just girlfriend?
The wife.
So the wife allows
The
another-
wife
Yeah,
allows
the
the guy.
Asian chick. Not that he does it, but he's legal,
allowed.
Like, if he
He's got a
wants to
visa.
do it,
Then
he's got a
because he's
visa.
allowed to do it, he probably doesn't because
Yeah,
that
when you got
becomes
freedom, there's-
attractive. Like,
Right.
There's something about freedom that just makes you restrained.
No, but then
Yeah.
truly, it would be great to speak on marriage and sex life because not so much is discussed.
Absolutely.
After the baby,
Because I would also
people
want to know.
are you feel like, oh my gosh, when I suggest this, then maybe somebody's gonna think, oh, you're a prostitute. Are you seeing somebody else? Like, let's watch
Right.
something. Like, what's her name again? Gwyneth Paltrow has that on Netflix.
Yeah.
It's amazing. I watched it. I sent
what's
a
the
link to
title?
my husband. I need to sex and goops, something like that. I'll send it to you just now.
I also want to know if like open marriages or open relationships actually work. Not for me.
They do work. They do work, but they not in this African
No, in this African thing it
Culture.
works. I know quite a couple that have.
open marriages.
Yeah.
Like they both know that they.
To the next episode. That's the podcast. Lovely episode of Tisa The Trendsetter. And we hope this episode trends because we have a
Oh my
trendsetter.
gosh!
Yo!
Dun 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 dun.